definitely be a great example of what the Shy can do, even when he's in a losing matchup.
Well, let's see how that plays out. Suhao, of course, the substitute jungler here for Phong Vu Buffalo. Hovered the Camille, I would like to believe that is a call out to IG's World Championship skins before he flicks over to the Elise, and Picoro will lock in the Kai'Sa. For me, it was the most impressive AD carry that I have seen him play, and he's one he already has experience with over in the MSI playing stage.
Yeah, and it does lend a little bit more towards that scaling, but the thing I love about Big Koro's Kai'Sa is his ability to join team fights in the river very quickly with it. This is a team that will utilize CC to allow him to fly out, get in the team fight before the opponent, and then be able to take over. He's had so many carry performances.
Now, this Varus pickup is the first of the MSI group stages, which is a little surprising considering how much priority there was on this champion during the play-in stages and expectations coming into the tournament. So what IG are suggesting is they already have a strong bot side. Anything you pair up with the Varus is typically very good in the 2 versus 2. And this again further reinforces to me that Ning is going to be looking to play towards the top side of the map, and Jackie and Baolan will look to play the defensive safe side.
And the removal of volatility, once again, Nautilus has been seen in the mid lane. Not sure how much practice has been coming through, however, was a major part of the play-in stages. So removing that on the side of IG, I would like to see the Buffalo attack Baolan here, take away some support picks, try and get a volatile lane, and already we see the Tahm Kench.
So, Tahm Kench has been removed from the pool. Braum still open and available if they wanted to go that route. Couple seconds left to figure it out, and then Invictus Gaming now start to decide how will they round out their team composition. What is Rookie going to look to run in that middle lane, and more importantly, how early will we see PvB get involved? It's Alistar taken away from Palace.
Yeah, apparently IG like the let's remove some support champion pool. Wonder if Baolan has something special in store for us today.
Well, it's a double-edged sword, right, Spawn? Because right now, if the Braum is not banned, then it gives an easy pickup for Invictus Gaming, and then there's nothing left for the enemy team to play against, right? Like, with everything taken away, you're now kind of forced onto something like a Morgana, which, sure, it does provide you with a bit of lane pressure, but not having that melee support can be rather painful.
And this is why I don't like doing things by half measures. You ban away the LeBlanc. Sure, it's one of the scariest champions in Rookie's hands, but now you give over the last remaining strong melee support.
I think this is really dangerous locking in the Zoe. Yes, it is one of Rookie's best picks, but then it's just asking him to play his Syndra. You're asking Rookie to play one of his best ever champions into the Zoe, which is a very favorable matchup for him. So I think this is a dangerous, but we said for PvB, you know what? Just go for it. And right now, they're looking to play early game. They're looking to play aggressive. They're looking to get into phase.
Do it. Pike. That would be the support I want to see. It's early game. It's in your face. And it's locked in. Pike Kai'Sa.
And whilst it wasn't the exact same jungler, this is a very similar comp to what we have seen time and time again in the playing stage for this team. The ability for this Zoe to get out of laning phase early, sure, it's into Rookie's Syndra, and control the river.
Rookie's Syndra
was instrumental in the Buffalo's first match. They're going to have to do it against one of the best teams, though.
Okay, so if we zoom out, let's focus a little bit more on PvB's keys to victory with this team composition. I see a lot of poke, but I also see a fair amount of dive in.
Yeah, so what we saw actually when they played something like Zoe was that they tried to control bottom lane river and then just throw projectiles through river and isolate top lane matchup. Now, do you want to do that against the Shy? I'm not so sure. Maybe there will be more priority put on the top lane. However, that was their key to success that they've shown previously in this tournament.
Yeah, it feels to me that Phong Vu Buffalo have very much a 1-4 composition with the Zoe, a lot of poke available to them, very good at playing around objectives, and they have a lot of early game options and a lot of roaming. I wouldn't be surprised to see Pallet roaming a lot around with Suhao, and them trying to make plays, especially towards the top side of the map, try and get Xerath ahead on this chase so they can be this big, threatening split pusher.
Because if mid lane is isolated, if top lane is isolated, there is no way you cannot give the stacked deck right now to the Shy and Rookie, the two powerhouse solo laners. But that's not what the Buffalo do. They get out of lane, they try and close in on you, they try and force these 5v5. I want IG to fight fire with fire.
And while I don't really want to make this prediction, I've got to do it anyway. Mid lane's going to die. It is a Syndra and a Rek'Sai duo. There is only a teleport on this Zoe. If you get locked in, you're gonna die.
Well, just as we went into that, if you're mid lane null, you're going to die. That was the call as Ning and Rookie with Rek'Sai and Syndra will be able to bully it. But the man on your screen, Suhao, substituting in for Meliadis from the play-ins group stage. Can his Elise have any impact? My eyes will be on him to start off this game, and listen to that crowd in Hanoi getting behind the Phong Vu Buffalo.
So top side of the map is where I'm looking, but if we already keep our eyes on the mini-map, notice where Braum is. He's taken a very cheeky path in through the lane, and it looks like the IG might be setting up something crazy at the level 1.
Zeros is in vision, and I think the Shy just showed there, but has CC in his kit level 1, so you're right, this is the potential for IG to start this game off with a bang. In saying that, I would have loved to see the Buffalo go for something. I would have loved to see a bottom lane stack around that tri-brush, potentially trying to get vision down early, because I feel they do have to try and rock this apple cart to get something to shake loose.
Yeah, I certainly agree. Now, what we're seeing in this early game is typically mid laners or players will want to try and ward that pixel bush at around this time of the game. 1 minute 10, 1 minute 15. But unfortunately for Invictus Gaming, Jaculov was forced to ward early bot side because Battleland went up top lane for a potential play, maybe a counter play. And also in the top pixel brush, Zuhao was able to clear that out by picking his W first and getting that bonus attack speed. So there's actually not a huge amount of vision available in the river to spot out where exactly Zuhao will be going for and contesting for this early scuttle, which could make Ning's early pathing a little bit difficult.
Well, we keep our eyes on it. You can hear the calls out as Zeros was unable to find that shock blast, and Rookie and the Shy already getting a lot of early damage down. The Shy at level 1 continuing to trade, but Zeros with that Mercurial a hammer currently putting the autos down.
And you might think, what the heck is he doing? He's not CSing, but he's stopping the Shy from getting level 2. He's building up this wave. That would, in my opinion, indicate that they want to get Shuhao up here early, potentially even look for a dive.
I mean, look, we can see red buff into wolves into blue buff, potentially the scuttle as well, and then that will allow Zuhao to look for that dive up towards the top side. It's very dangerous early on, but at least level 3, one of the best tower divers in the game.
Oh man, I'm keeping my eyes on it. There was a couple pings there on the Shy. As we take a look down bottom, Jack 11 Battleland, they pushed the wave in very, very heavily. Big Koro is just being hammered on by that rain of arrows. And Bone Skewer will come out. Yes, that does tag Battleland, gets stunned up for an auto or two, but it's simply not an equal trade and definitely not on the right target.
And one of the most oppressive laners to play against is Varus. Superior range, combo damage there, inbuilt attack speed in the kit, just so loaded. And you can see that right now the short range of Kai'Sa is struggling with it.
So you can see now Zuhao did get the level 3 by doing the Gromp into Scuttle, but Ning is topside as well. He's hanging around, he sees where the jungler is, and both junglers will know of the enemy presence. Zuhao, he should have seen this cue from Ning.
And note the difference from game 1. Are they still going to go for this? Because there is no mid lane priority. They can't get the uneven numbers here, so the Shy should still be able to catch this wave.
All right, Ning is sitting around. This is a 2v2 in the top lane. Suhao gets some damage onto Ning, but the shock blast misses. Instantly, Phong Vu Buffalo back away. Rookie and Null have not left the mid lane. And as it stands, Suhao has not left the top lane. Bone Skewer again will pull Battleland out of the tower. Does not even take a tower shot for his troubles. And Rookie is getting good pressure in the mid lane. Now the Shy, he gets jumped on. That was a flash from Zeros, but they're currently getting 0. That's a defensive flash away from the Shy. Zeros goes down. First blood to Ning. Repel up, drop down. Suhao's running for his life. The Unbaru sends him flying, and as the Fangs get sunk in, the Shy helps get a double kill for Ning.
Phong Vu Buffalo wanted to make the early play happen. Their whole game plan was play towards topside, but Ning loves to support his top laner. They go for the 2 versus 2. They get outplayed. IG lead with 2 kills.
And the important thing was how early Ning was there. He read the play. The Shy communicates when the wave is going to crash. This is a coordinated lineup. I think once the initial dive was gone, it becomes a force. And you can see Flash to try and set up the straight line skill shot, read like a book. The Shy outplays it, and then Ning just able to play cleanup.
They were flashing in a little square. It was Zeros who flashed forward, and then there was a flash to the right, and then a left, and then a down. And they all just kind of went around each other, but Ning was the one who was the most happy because he flashed last. And he managed to get that knockup, which then mitigated so much damage, and they were able to turn that fight massive.
And you hate to be overcritical, but you would have loved to have seen the slight knockback from the Chase Q, actually in the bottom lane.
All right, that's a flash forward into the Bone Skewer. Really nice done by Pallet. That was beautiful. Oh!
And this is why fans want to see them play towards the bottom side. They went top, it fails, you go bottom, Pallet sets it up, and able to grab the kill.
But look at where Ning is right now. They're pinging on the top side of the map. There's no flash for Zeros. They want to try and enable the Shy, but Zeros has full information of what Ning is up to.
I think Zeros got that ward, obviously, and that means he knows to play a little bit defensive. That replay, I hope we do get one. Pallet flashing forward, gets the Bone Skewer, and flings Jackie over his shoulders. Suhao still lingering around as here comes Ning. Jumps forward, throws out the Praise Seeker. The ward hasn't timed out yet, but now the Shy. He chases all the way forward, puts a lot of damage back and forth, and Ning still not leaving. He's just firing out Praise Seekers as if this were an ARAM Rek'Sai. Now Zeros continues to push forward, and Zeros currently even CS with Silas.
So this is one of the things to me that I feel often gets... we'll get into that in a second. First, let's have a look at this bot lane play. Pallet dives in. He forces the flash out from Jacula with a good stun. Ooh. Then Balan does what he can to block the cocoon, but unfortunately the damage has already been done, and Jacula with the teleport has no sustain, which means that he's going to get locked down. More than enough damage from Big Coral and Pallet, which means they end up getting a kill towards the bot side of the map.
And you can tell IG just want to scale through this lane. They know that there is kill threat because you can see Balan has gone towards the heal. They've got a teleport there for Jacula. They were hoping for a war of attrition here, but that's not the case, because it swings in favor of the Phong Buffalo bottom lane.
Now, the point that I wanted to make a little bit earlier was that while the Shy often gets a lot of praise for being a very good player, one of the things that often gets overlooked is that Ning enables him so much. This guy spends so much time playing around the top side of the map, and we just had a perfect example of it where he was sat on a ward. Ning probably knew that Zeros knew, and he was like, I don't care. I'm going to watch you, and you're not allowed to approach that wave, because my top laner is farming, and only he is allowed to farm.
Yeah, too many times we see the 2v1 outplays, you know, at level 11, as the game has progressed, but you miss the story of how the lane got to that current state. And it doesn't even cost Ning all that much. He's on the superior farming jungler right now. You knew that the Elise was trying to get proactive as well at the same time. So, not even behind in CS.
Alright, good chunk of damage down to null. You can see the gold values on screen. Rookie and Jackie up 15 CS apiece over the respective opposite numbers. Plus the additional gold from First Blood and the extra kill. Invictus Gaming are 1,000 gold up at 7.5 minutes. And Phong Buffalo are playing the way we anticipated. Up the tempo, try to be proactive, look for those kills, and it is of course Suhao and Pallet that's leading the charge.
And look, Summoner's Rift is on their side. They've given them an Infernal Drake, so if they get another pick bottom lane, potentially they can look to start a snowball. Once again, I think that this pace is even like maybe a little bit too slow. I want to see Suhao just continue to visit lanes. I want to see Sork Boots come out. This guy needs to have a proactive early game and just bounce between, you know, potentially these waves.
Oh, Ning stop again.
Yes, he is. Zeros is going to put the hammer down. Ning does not get caught by the cocoon, though. Here comes Suhao. Now the Shy is going to try to turn this around. He transforms into that cannon form. It's a double kill for Phong Buffalo.
And the substitute jungler in it already has 3 kill participation, has been everywhere on Summoner's Rift.
And this time, the Shy does not get the 2v1 outplay. Suhao is there to support his top laner, and PVV lead with the kill.
Listen to that crowd. With the 2 kills picked up, PVB close that gold gap that Invictus Gaming had accrued, and Suhao will also steal away the red buff.
And one of the most crucial things about this 2v2 is which jungler goes first. Because as we saw when the top initial 2v2 happened, Elise tries to go in, but then Rek'Sai comes in second. So the jungler that approaches second is always going to be in the better position. So this time round, Ning, even though he knew that Elise was there, they thought that they could just straight up win the 2v2 again, burst the Jace beforehand, but they don't pull it off, and it is PvP that come out on top.
Yeah, and potentially critical itemization, because we saw the Hex Trigger rush here, miss knock up, very nice buffering there, and Zeros just avoids enough damage that Suhao can come in. And the reason it is the way that you're describing, Betty, is both of these champions' way of getting into a fight is their way of getting out of a fight. So once you've burnt the cooldown, you don't have it available when you need it most.
Well, take a look at the player reactions. The Shy, not too disappointed.
We're in bot lane again.
Caught out. We jump down to the bot lane. Balan is down. Suhao once again, 2-1-2, 100% kill participation. And I asked the stats team to throw this up before I knew that kill was coming. These two teams combined kills per minute On average, nearly 1 kill per minute. You can see IG just ahead. Kills plus assists at 15 on average. 2.7 versus 1.7. These teams kill a lot. Whoa, here comes Big Koro. He's gonna flash over the wall.
He thought about it, but my word, Phong Vu Buffalo, this is exactly what we wanted to see from this team. You have nothing to lose, so just play your style. Throw everything at the wall, and right now it is everything that is sticking onto IG.
All right, now Ning is in a little bit of trouble. He's going to dash forward. Take a look at the damage from Big Koro. Here comes Pallet. Death from below. That's another on the board for PBB.
And this was the Warrior of Raz. He said that IG play to their opponents. If you want a tango, they'll go with you. Ning just flies over the wall. That's crazy. Like, just dives into 2 members and gets picked off.
And now Phong Vu Buffalo pick up the Infernal Drake. Yes, CS advantages are being built up for Invictus Gaming in bot and mid, but the gold is in favor of Phong.
Mountain next. The snowball about. This is, you know, a mixture of Aaron the Fold and Ning. At this point, can do nothing. He's used everything to try and get it.
There is a fine line between confidence and arrogance, and we are seeing that line being crossed right now by many Invictus Gaming men.
Bone Skewer's channeled his charge. He's gone fishing for Baolan. Defensive flash, and there's the chain of corruption starting to spread. Teleport completes from the Shy as Palatine side triple. He's going on a Ghost Water dive. LPL is in the bottom lane, and it's Big Koro that kills Ning. The Cocoon is out one as Big Koro is now taken down. The Shy's trying to turn this around. Somehow, no, and Zeros have got some kills. Invictus Gaming continue to fight. They're caught between 2 towers. Bone Skewer goes out. That's a catch onto Rookie. The Shy's fighting 3. The Cocoon locks him down. And Phong Vu Buffalo, they get another kill.
Vietnam erupts as Invictus Gaming are falling to Phong Vu Buffalo. Oh my god, Rookie! He's just basic. Will he get out?
No, he will not. The Unleashed Power comes out and Null misses every skill shot. Gets killed by a Rookie, but maybe 10 minutes later than expected.
Suhao might be next. Don't go in there.
All right, there's the volatile Spine Link. Suhao fancies a shot. Teleports now. Being channeled.
Down.
That's Jackie Lab. There's Scatter the Week comes out. Here comes Big Koro. Now Big Koro and Suhao looking for an additional kill. Zeros, he's now find them. That's a hammer down into Jackie Lab. Here comes Pallet. Where's the Bone Skewer? Needs to find a target. Baolan's ready for his life. I need another play-by-play as the Void Rush jumps out, dashes down. That's a kill to Suhao. That's sinking the fangs onto Big Koro. And Pallet's going to escape with his life for now. What a passage of play.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Finally, Invictus Gaming show up to the party, able to return some kills.
Oh my, 17 kills minutes. This is an LPL game.
That's what they're used to seeing from this region. It's why so many fans love them. They're just...
Now, Pallet is going to be in some trouble as an even gold game. 10.
Whilst we're getting hyped over the fights,
Note here that while it is very exciting, that CS advantage is not just about...
looked incredibly dangerous. Members started leading in.
Mobility of Pike, the fact that the repel was used, and then Big Koro, he's the first one to drop, but you're trying to dive this tower. This tower does so much damage, and as Zeros, he looks like he's in trouble.
Yeah, he is. Oh, he gets the shy! That was a 1v1 until Invictus came to bail him out. 3-3-1. And Zeros' Jace, I think he's waking up, Spawn.
Yeah, he certainly is, in saying that still Rift Herald plus a kill for the bottom lane trade, rotation into the top lane of IG, and this is why they're the total package. They really do put it together on Summoner's Rift. The kill goes across, but still ahead of the play, in the right position now to try and siege out this top lane turret.
Oh, Pallet's very bold. If you look at the minimap, Suha's only just about arriving, and there wasn't much support from Null, and you know, keep looking, despite the action, despite the fact that Phong are opting into these plays, they've lost a tower, they've lost a bunch of plates, they're behind 1,000 gold again, and while Picoro will even this one out, it is still Invictus that is taking the punches to the face, but hitting back much harder.
I mean, we got to remember that while we describe this as an LPL game, a VCS game, like, the competition in LPL is slightly different from that of VCS, and when IG get thrown into this environment, you have to argue they have a little more experience. And the fact that even after losing so many members in that bot dive, they still end up coming out on top.
In saying that, let's just celebrate for a moment, because this is the one-on-one play. The Shy looks to take it in the creep wave. Very key dodge of the skill shot CC there means that Zeros comes away with the 1-for-1.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. The 1v2 outplay that so many praise the Shy for ends up going in favor of Zeros, the big carry top laner that many fans have been waiting for, who didn't really show up in the playing stage.
No, he did not. And this time round, picking up that solo kill in what is a favorable matchup, let's not, disregard that for a moment. It is a good sign. And you can see with Phong, they've grouped up around this Mountain Drake. They get the cleanse out of Rookie. And it looks like they have thrown down that Rift Herald. So this will just, again, allow additional time and pressure into the lanes to maybe unlock this Mountain Drake.
Yeah, however, they're keeping Zeros in the top lane, so potentially just looking for the smarter macro play. No teleport available means that he's just accruing himself some gold. And you can see the Shy misread that. Maybe thought he was going down river, because deployed towards mid lane and will lose his turret.
One item spikes have been picked up here, Spawn. You can see Luden's Echoes, Blade of the Rune King, Storm Razor as well. The Rift Herald has now been dealt with, and the Dragon still stands, but PvP, they're going for the objectives. It's a tower that is going to be the focus. Jackie Love does get slept, but there's no further CC, and that's 3 quick towers picked up by Phong Vu Buffalo.
And this is where the poke pump comes online. One item spikes aplenty. You can see projectiles flying across.
All right, Rookie gets caught up for now. Balan's there to save, and biggest of Koros not going to follow in with the ultimate, but look at Ning. Flash available to him, and the Dragon has been started.
It's another fight, gentlemen. Are you ready? Warm up your voice, quick shot, because blood is about to be shed.
Let's take a look. Noel is going to find the Sleepy Trouble bubble onto Ning. That is the most crucial target. Pallet is going to look for a target to hit, will not find one yet.
Oh.
And surprising amounts of trepidation here from PvP.
Yeah, and maybe IG also, just looking and saying, can we fight them right now?
Yeah.
They're in a current stage of power, and if you remove nameplates, this is a team that now has 2 Drakes, even gold, against the current world champions.
Well, Zeros throws down the Ghost Blade. He may get caught out, though. He's decided to chase onto Rookie. Turns back into the cannon form. The Shock Blast will not find its target. Here comes Nick. Chilling Smite, flash for flash. Zeros is now trying to escape. The Void Rush will tag. I'm looking at the support. No one's around, but there's a 4-on-3 being set up in the mid lane. Can a fight start? PvP unable to initiate it.
So overzealous play there from Zeros. He thought that he had caught Rookie out, but Ning was lying in wait in the river to help support his mid laner should anything come to hurt him, and they're able to turn that around. So now Zeros now sitting at 4 deaths. The action has been intense. The action has been high paced. You can see IG reclaim their 1,000 gold lead.
And this is the worry that continues to plague the Phong Vu Buffalo lineup, is those individual mistakes, taking it one step potentially too far. You can see doesn't have anyone in the area to be able to back him up, and already Ning rotating in.
Yeah, I think you're highlighting the map here is a perfect point here, Spawn, because you notice that full priorities in favor of IG in the middle lane. And the thing is, for Ning, it's easy for him to follow. Even though he used his flash initially, he has the ultimate to then get over the wall, and that's enough CC and setup for Rookie to then come and pick up the kill. So a bit of a greedy play there from Zeros. He needs to pull this back if he wants to stand a chance of taking down IG.
I mean, Invictus still have 1,000 gold leads, despite all the drama and the chaos. We looked at those stats earlier. Both of these teams, in their games, in their respective regions, are close to 1 kill a minute over the course of Spring Split, and we're bang on par
Yes,
for
we
this
are.
game.
Yes, we are.
I would, however, like to point out that the 1,000 gold lead is on the Rec side primarily, and that's not a champion that you would necessarily want to have the entirety of your gold lead on. Heading into a mid to late game, if this devolves into team fighting, Rek'Sai is not the most useful champion in that regard.
Can I ask you to suspend nameplates for a moment? I know it's hard. If you just look at the compositions, which we'll get to in a moment or two, the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, let's go and find a target. Jackie Love is down. PvP have got 2. But here comes Rookie. Unleashed Power is going to get dodged away from thanks to that stopwatch. It's a 5-on-3. Bone Skewer won't find the target. The Shy's trying to turn it around. Look at that burst damage onto Rookie. Here comes Pallet. That's a death from below. Gets a flash on a Rookie. Now Ning, he's going to go down. PvP have got 3 quick kills. The Shy and Rookie hold onto the tower for now.
You know what, Quick Shot? I can easily take nameplates off for this game as the Shy gets slapped.
The Bone Skewer comes out. The Shy stays alive a few seconds longer. Turns it round in a 1-for-1 trade. But it's Phong Vu Buffalo that will get the tower as well.
And you have to criticize Invictus for contesting these objectives because every single time they do, it goes in Phong Vu's
Is that a
favor.
Varus flag that we're seeing right now? Invictus game and they're going in.
They are indeed. That's a defensive flash from Null. He's running for his life. Jackie Lab, I actually think got helped out by that Bone Skewer. He teleported in, finds himself a kill, and now IG are on the offensive.
So
The initial mistake came in from Invictus Gaming overextending in the middle lane. They got collapsed on by Phong Vu Buffalo, and as you identified, Spawn, they then continued to go for the fight.
And this has devolved into a little bit of a scrappy tavern brawl because you can see that resources are being used in ways that we're not normally used to. That fight was won by a flanking, Varus,
Yes,
teleport,
it was.
and flash. Now that is not the most convincing way to win a fight on an international stage, and I think that IG are really buying into this way too much for comfort.
And of course, Invictus Gaming, they are the defending world champion. They picked up the LPL title. This is their first showing at the Mid-Season Invitational, and there was a storyline that we were debating and discussing backstage about whether or not Invictus Gaming would play to their opponent's level and style, and I think we're seeing a resounding yes right now.
I think exactly that is what we're seeing, which is why we really wanted to see Phong Vu make these aggressive plays, because if you're going to catch Invictus Gaming off, it is to try and beat them at their own game. Don't be afraid of these players. Sure, Rookie and the Shy are good, but they are still human. They can make mistakes, they can be beaten, and as we are seeing in this game, they happen.
Well, as much as we like to pretend that it's not the case, they still have to play the champions with the same QWER as everyone else does. So when you get them into this situation, when you have a poke comp that has strong setup, and you are in a 5v2 scenario, they will win the fights.
So beautiful stuff here from the side of PvP. They notice that Invictus Gaming is split up. Even though the Shy has the teleport, the duo dies far too quickly, and IG, as you guys were talking about earlier, they just go for every single fight.
And they have no business contesting this. This is 2 summoner spells used on their mid laner. They throw their jungler in there as well. If that's not enough, at this stage, they're still looking to pressure out the turret against what is primarily a poke comp that sets up sieges so nicely. This is a perfect execution. Phong Vu in trouble.
Yes, they are. Null's gonna get not taken out. He survives. I thought the piercing arrow would kill him. Pallet and Suha trying to escape. Here comes Ning, once again looking for a target. Chain of Corruption will take down Null, and Ning with the Furious Bite. Not gonna be enough just yet. 2 quick kills to IG.
So they set up the map well. This time they bring the numbers to the area first. Zeros still splitting in the bottom lane. They'll start up Baron.
All right, Baron is going to be focused. Teleport is going to be channeled here from Zeros. Smite is available. No, it's on cooldown for Suhao. Zeros like shooting fish in a barrel. Accelerated shock blast goes in. That's a lot of damage inside the pit. There's the question with the hammer. Zeros gets Nick. There's no flash. Smite's available. That's another onto Baron. The Baron is picked up by Suhao. Phong Vu Buffalo have survived and stopped the Baron.
But it's still an ace for IG. They walk away with 2 members alive, but no Baron in their pocket.
What is this game?
35 kills in 23 minutes. The VCS representatives are going blow for blow with the world champion.
So it starts off with Rookie landing a good stun onto Null. And with that chunk of damage done, and with 5 members, Invictus Gaming know they can commit to this. They find the initial pick, they turn it into another one, and now they have 5 members going up against the Baron. The problem is they have no tank that can soak up most of this damage. You can see they get lower and lower, and the poke is coming out from Big Koro, from Zeros, and then Zeros just commits to killing the jungler.
Yeah, and the brave play here is to flash the wall in Hammer Stance. does so much damage. The steal, the icing on the cake for this lineup, looked like Baron was all but forgotten at 113 health.
Unbelievable. As we come out of it, it is 1,000 gold separating these teams, this time in favor of PvP. The Mountain and Infernal Drake sits in their favor, and look, the maximum gold difference over the course of the game has been 2,500 gold, and it has swung back and forth. Pallets going fishing. I'm waiting for the skewer to charge up. There is a Drake going to be in the pit. It is available for one of these teams to fight over. And at the moment, there's a part of me that thinks PvP could do this.
And look, whilst not the most valuable Drake in League of Legends in the air, probably will be the one that starts off another brawl.
Notice how, right now, PvP don't actually want to start the fight. They're keeping IG at arm's length and just throwing their poke out. This is how they want to play this composition. Going for the straight 5v5 from the beginning could end disastrously for them.
And I like this decision. Try and force IG away from the mid lane wave. This is the area of the map where you can catch them with the trouble bubble. In saying that, IG send Rookie back towards it, regains priority, and forces Phong out.
So the poke slowly continuing to come out from this fog of war. PvP are in control of the top side, but IG have priority over the mid wave, which means that you gain a lot more control, allows you to move into the enemy jungle and start setting up vision.
Oh, I'm so tense. The observers are doing such a good job of highlighting Invictus Gaming's, vision and the decisions that they're playing with. You can see the skill shots flying out through fog of war. Jackie Love holds on to that chain of corruption as Zeros is now pushing the top lane. And for the time being, Invictus Gaming, they have thwarted all remaining Baron buffs. They put damage down thanks to the Shy's hijacked Jace form, and now they're waiting for another engage.
But while all this darkness was happening and this dance was happening, Zeros actually ran towards the top lane to secure the tower. Unfortunately, Invictus Gaming weren't prepared for this, don't have a wave, which means they can't trade objectives. So PvP actually come out on top, but no teleport on Zeros right now, so IG can look to commit.
Oh, look at that damage from the Paddle Star. Rookie is going to be able to walk away for now. Zeros is not left the top lane. He is sticking around. Black Cleaver, Ghostblade, more of Mortius into Ludens and Hourglass. So if you want to pick a fight with the Shy, there is a small item discrepancy, but Ning is waiting in the wings in the top quadrant.
And Pallet's starting to frustrate the IG lineup time and time again, looking for the hook. Now IG, they go back to a little bit more of their style. Let's attack the side lane. Let's try and wrestle some control. Back, but you can just see that without around these little skirmishes.
So let's have a, because so much has actually been, we're only 27 minutes into the game, we're already at things like third items for some players.
And what items do you like, Vedius? Because of course Phantom Dancer picked up by Big Koro, as well as the Rage Blade. You've got Morella Nomicon in what has been an insanely chaotic series of fights. But Jackie Love sitting on 3.5 with that recurve bow after Mercurial Scimitar.
Wit's End here